So this video, I just want to show you how to figure out if you have a leak and then work out who you need to call. If you have a leak, are you going to call an irrigator or are you going to call a plumber? So this house, there is suspect that they had a leak. They had a note from the city that said they're using water. So what you want to do is you want to go to your water meter. Every water meter looks different. This one is a digital one. And if we look at it, we've opened it up. It may have the case on top, which is covered there. It's going to have two numbers. It's going to have a long number. This long number is the total water that this water meter has used. Over here on the left hand side, there's this little infrared. If you put your finger over it and then remove it, it then takes it to the water rate. Now we can see here that the water rate is 2.97 gallons per minute. So that means that we are using water. If you are not using water, i.e. you do not have a leak, then that number should be 0. See, the screen's disappeared. All you need to do is just tap it and eventually it will come back on. We'll go back here so we can see that we are using water. Now what we've got to figure out, is the leak coming from the house or is it coming from the sprinkler system? So the first thing you want to do is go over to your isolation valve. Now you're going to have two boxes right next to one another and they should be within 5 feet of the water meter or somewhere up by the house by the customer shutoff valve. Now, inside these two boxes, one of them you're going to have a backflow prevention device. This one is a double check. It's called a double check because it has two check valves, one here and one here. Before the double check, there is always going to be an isolation valve. Now, it's either going to be a gate valve, or if you're lucky, if it's a new install, then it's going to be a ball valve. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to turn this ball valve off. It's a quarter turn. This is now isolated just the sprinkler system. Water is still going to the house. We go back to our water meter and let's check it out. Let's go to our water rate and look at that. It's on 0. That means that our leak is coming from the sprinkler system. So you can either try and figure it out yourself, see if maybe there is a zone stuck on or something, or call an irrigator. If that number had not gone down to 0, then we would know that it's a plumbing issue. Therefore, you would need to call a plumber to come and do some troubleshooting and figure out what is going wrong.